Namaste. Welcome to Vedic Vidya. My name is Jefrey Armstrong, Kavindra Rishi. Vedic Vidya is available exclusively on Citti Media English channel on Sunday nights at 7 p.m. IST. Our topic tonight is how the British Lord Macaulay used the English language to try to destroy the culture of India, or how the Christian British tried to destroy the Hindu and Islamic cultures. You haven't been taught this in school, that language was used as the number one weapon of colonization during the colonial era, and most particularly, and ironically, when the British were in India. It just so happens that English, as you may or may not know, is the sloppiest, least regular, most awkward, and least precise language probably on our planet. Its asset is it has a lot of colonized object words from all over the world. Its downside is words of meaning, which is called etymology. If you look for the root of English words, you often find yourself down a blind alley. But superiority complexes being what they are, the person that the British chose to help them dominate India was a British lord named Macaulay. And he went there and did research and came back and said the following. He said, "We must remove the Sanskrit and Arabic languages from the educational system in India. If we do this and replace it with English, we can make them into Englishmen. And we can dominate their cultures. And besides," he said, "Sanskrit is a useless language and all of the literature written in it." And the British government had sent him there as their consultant, so they believed him. And that is historically what happened. Sanskrit was no longer supported in any educational institute in India, no longer funded in any way, shape, or form. It was the same for Islam, but it wasn't, the Islamic problem was a separate problem for them as a religion. For the culture of India, which has a library of as much as 1 million volumes of Vedic knowledge, where Sanskrit is the most perfect. And if you haven't studied this, look it up. Sanskrit has 4 departments of perfection that make it the most perfect language on our planet. Which, first of all, Macaulay had not studied, read, or investigated in any way, shape, or form. He would never have made such an illiterate statement, making a fool of himself in the process, if he had. And even to this day, scholars at Oxford call Sanskrit a dead language. And yet it's the dominant language, not of discourse, but of carrying a library of thousands of years of heritage and wisdom that is the very essence of the culture of India, of what they call themselves Bharat. This dominance and this tremendously precise Sanskrit language is the very essential nature of what we now call Hindu without any knowledge. Right now, News at 5. If you want to make up for this, all the new news broadcasts around the world say, "Oops, we've been so wrong, so ignorant. What did we know? We thought English was the dominant language." But in fact, even Latin, even Greek paled to insignificance in the presence of Sanskrit. And the knowledge carried by it is not just, quote, religion, because the library of the Veda is on every different imaginable subject: surgery, medicine, how to live on the planet properly, ecology, recycling, animal husbandry, a myriad of other topics, and historical occurrences of divine descent that have been recorded for tens of thousands of years. in the Vedic culture. So, first of all, Macaulay completely overrode that, and he took out the most essential essence of the Vedic culture. In a way, he was right and doing his job. His goal? To make all the people in India into proper Englishmen and to educate them in our ways. And in many ways, it was successful for years. But that success, once again, shows us that both the royal family and the lords and ladies in England purposely sent someone to disable the oldest civilization with the most precise language on our planet, the culture of India, so that they could simply rob them blind, take their wealth, and enslave them. Language was the instrument of slavery, of enslavement. Now, there's a great deal more to say about this because in that process, what the colonizers from England and English-speaking colonizers would do is read the Veda or listen to it, take those ideas, convert them into English, and bring them back home to their English-speaking cultures. Our universities haven't talked about this, and in another episode I will. But this process of going out and taking whatever people have is otherwise called discovery, which we think is finding something. In fact, in the colonizing world of Macaulay, it means if there was something valuable in the other language, steal it, extract it, take it into your culture, completely withdraw it, and call that discovering it. Why? Because remember, the Pope had given permission that Christians going to places that were not Christian could discover whatever was there, which meant take it in the name of Jesus. Take it in the name of their civilization's right to conquer, right to enslave. And this is the history that we're facing right now. This history of people like Macaulay, ignorant of what they were doing, and sent out as the dominating and invading advisor to ask what will destroy this culture. And by the way, to this day, in the culture of India, English is the dominant language in all the educational institutions across the country, and not the regional languages of each area within the culture of India. You may say, oh, this unites them. But in fact, they, and I'm saying to you, it does not unite them. It is what has given the entire world a wrong impression about the culture of India and given them an inferiority complex when they should be proud of their culture. Vedic Vidya means shining the light of truth. My name is Kavindarishi Jefrey Armstrong. See you next time, and have a Namaste.
Please remember to subscribe to us and switch on the notifications for this channel. For our other social media links, more content, and to support our work, please visit citti.net. Dhanyavad. Namaskar.